Julio out here at a place called Home today. Excited to be visiting my friends here, Gilbert and Jonathan, to talk about all the amazing work happening at a place called Home. They are the official beneficiary of the New Year's race that Jive Live owns and produces on the first weekend of the new year. This year we're looking to raise $20,000 to help them with their goal to build a new gymnasium right across the street. So we're excited to be partnering with them, and we look forward to sharing a little bit more about them with you throughout the year.
Welcome Jive Live, welcome New Year's Race to a place called Home. We're standing here at the bridge, all things teenagers. Later on we're going to show you what we do across the street with our littles and middles. But yeah, come on over, let me show you around. So what you're seeing here is our lobby galley area, and our kids really like to congregate here. See a lot of the artwork here, everything that you see displayed is from our members. Through our art program and photography program. You see that piano back there, it's there for a reason. I mean, the kids really just go at it. A lot of the kids have grown up learning music here at a place called Home, which is pretty fantastic. But yeah, here at the bridge we do a lot of things. And particularly we work with our high school students through Rise High, Da Vinci Schools, and working with a lot of students that might have certain obstacles in a regular high school setting, but here we make it easy for them to succeed, which is a great thing because not every student can succeed in a traditional 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. high school school bell to school bell type setting. But here, the photographs that you're seeing here, these are some of our students that have received a scholarship through our Shaheen Scholarship Program. This year we were able to send 112 students to college through our scholarship program, which is something we're very proud of. And because of that reason, we are also now committed to sending over 100 students to vocational and trade schools so that they can learn a trade and go into a career for those students that are not interested in going to a 4-year college or university. So again, it's a one-stop shop for us and for our students and the people that we service, which is great. There's something here for everyone. All right, so this is our theater. Here we do all sorts of stuff, from having town hall meetings, debates with public officials, and it's also a polling place. So again, this room is used for many, many reasons. Not only do we treat our kids to different events, but also the community at large. And we open up to the community when we do our open mic nights as well as our teen nights. So this is our green room here. So when our kids are putting on performances, they put their makeup on, costume changes, the whole 9 yards. Got our little director's chairs here. So it's all very professionally set so that our kids can get a real feeling of the business of theater and everything we do here. Really, a lot of times it starts off as a hobby for our kids, but later on when they realize that their passions can be something that they can do in a career setting, which is great, and that's something we expose them to. But once they know what they want to do in life, we help them develop that, and they go all the way. We're in a very interesting period in our history. We're in our 26th year. So for us, we're seeing alums that have gone through our program, gone through our scholarship program, and they come back as professionals. Some of them have been hired at a place called Home. Some of them volunteer at a place called Home. We even have a few that are donors and part of our junior board, which is great. So this is our back office area where most of our faculty hangs out and plans and works. Workstations all over the place, but it's also a place of congregation because they have such a great bond and relationship with our kids that a lot of our kids will come and hang out here. Some of our classrooms here, you'll notice some faculty members in there planning, working hard to prepare for the next semester for our high school, which will resume in the following week. A few offices back here again for our leadership. Okay, so at a place called Home, we are college bound. So you notice the pennants along the ceiling here at the bridge, and that's basically to inspire the kids, to explore different universities. And these pennants come from a lot of our kids that have received scholarships and have gone out to college. They send us their pennants as a way of pride. Our volunteers, our visitors also donate pennants, and then we'll put those up in our classrooms. And really it is an invitation. So in this video, if you didn't see your pennant, that means you owe me a pennant. So I'm inviting you to send us a pennant so we can put it up on our wall here at the bridge. The building, the bridge, it's actually been here for a very long time. For a long time it was just a storage facility for a place called home because we didn't have the funds to renovate it into what it is today. So it's been open for 2 years, and we had to raise a pretty good amount of money to make it right, to make it state of the art and adequate for our kids and our staff to work in. But it's been an amazing process. I know that when we first started with a New Year's race, we used a lot of this space to store the New Year's race merchandise. So I think they'd be pleased to know and see that we're using it for classroom and program space instead of just a storage area. So here at a place called home, we host several community events. Some of our more popular ones are Cinderella Project, Cinderella and Prince Charming Project, our Health and Garden Expo, our Back to School event, our Thanksgiving event, and our Home for the Holidays event. So you may have noticed the intersection and where a place called home is located. During those events, you see the masses, line up for hours. Sometimes even people line up for our events the day before. And it does speak to the popularity and the quality of the events, but it also speaks to the necessity of the community, and which is why it's important and vital for a place called home to be where it's at, because we are supporting not just the members and the students that come here on a daily basis, but also the community at large. And we're very happy to have supporters that can again sponsor and provide goods so that we can then disseminate and redistribute to the community. Currently, we have a waiting list of over 700 kids because we're at capacity. But one of the ways that we can engage them is through our community events. Not only do community events provide the opportunity for sponsorship and for in-kind goods, but also for volunteers. So if you're ever in a mood to come out and give back, our community events is one of the ways you can do that. And it's very simple to get involved. Just email us at this email address down here, and then we'll respond very, very quickly. So it may look a little different. That's because we inaugurated our welcome center, and it's called the Deborah Constance Gateway because it's in honor of our founder, who still sits on our board, and she's very much involved. But it really is a gateway, and that's exactly what she started 26 years ago when she started the program in a basement in a church. Most of you know the story that she outgrew that basement, went to another basement, outgrew that basement, and then she landed here in this space, which was graciously donated by Johnny Carson, along with a substantial endowment to help build the space for the program. But yeah, let's take a look inside and see what we can explore together. We have our membership staff as well as our volunteer coordinator and other key staff members that are ready and available to support our families. So as soon as they walk in, they have a support system, help answer questions, navigate them through anything they might need here at a place called home. This here is our mandala, and for one of our staff retreats, the staff had a chance to put this together to tap into our artistic side, but also to really talk about all the words that help describe a place called home. A place called home focuses very much on the arts, and you're gonna get to see a lot of departments that focus on arts and creative expression. Here in this department, the dance department is one of the most popular departments, and we do have, right behind me, you can probably see a pairing class, and we'll take a closer look. But our kids learn all types of fortes here, from jazz, tap, modern, to current dances that are popular in pop culture. But also, we do a lot of meditation here too. So yoga is really big here at a place called home, and things that can help our youth and our parents, feel centered through movement and dance. This is our family room. This is really the center of our main campus. Here in the family room, the students will have dinner and supper and their snack, but they also do their homework here. And during a rainy day, for example, which really doesn't happen in Southern California, we put together board games and other ways to engage them in our family room. Right behind me, you see our master gardener, Maya Yani, who's working on some flower arrangements. We'll talk a little bit more about our garden program as we go through the tour.
Our goal is to get kids to basically be a level on grades. A lot of the kids that we get are kids who are underperforming in school. So a lot of our classes deal with that. We have a homework class as well. But we also have elective classes, and in these classes we get to, teach about the things we are passionate about. For example, I love football, so I'm also the coach here. Yurani over here does the superhero analysis class. So pretty much gonna do a lot of the things that we like, and I think that's why I've been here this long, because I'm allowed to do that and I enjoy doing that.
So welcome to our athletics field and department. Here at A Place Called Home, we're very big on physical education. As part of our health and well-being program, we like to couple physical activities with nutrition and mental health so that our kids and families are getting the full 360 support health-wise as they explore different ways to advocate for themselves and have a healthier lifestyle, if you will. But here we do all sorts of things. We do charter a sports league with 20 other nonprofits and other schools where we do sports in 4 seasons. So we focus a lot on soccer. We have a volleyball season, a basketball season, and a flag football season. We also have a cheerleading squad. But again, we like to get all of our kids involved. So there's some kids that really do not identify themselves as athletes and might not be fans of a particular sport. And because of that reason, the New Year's race has been a very important partnership to us, because it's one of those sports and a way to be fit and do some physical activities without really knowing all the rules of a sport. But it does also challenge a person to train and to set a goal, have a start line and a finish line, if you will. And that's exactly what the New Year's race does for us. So for our members that, again, do not really want to dabble in sports, running and being part of cross country and training for a marathon or a half marathon or what have you is the next best thing. And it's something that can involve anyone because it is a little bit more plug and play. So because of that reason, we're able to provide sport and physical activity to everyone we service here, including our parents, which is great. So we're very proud to be the official beneficiary of the New Year's race. We're gonna go into our 8th year with Jive Live Entertainment, and we're very excited to be part of that. One of the cool things about being part of such an event in a legacy format is that it is leaving a legacy, because a lot of our kids that grew up running the New Year's race from 8 years ago are now teenagers, and they've grown up wanting to do the race every year. And we now know that these kids that are now teenagers is part of their routine, as part of their lifestyle. So even if they ever leave LA, they're going to be involved in running and being fit and advocating for those types of events. So we have a lot to thank Jive Life for making that happen for us. So we're very excited to continue growing as our newer members get familiar with the event, and maybe they'll become legacy runners as well. So here we're standing in A Place Called Home member garden, and this garden has been no pun intended, but very fruitful for us, because we use it to educate our youth in a seeds to table type program. So our members plant the seeds, they tend to it, they harvest, and they'll make a delicious meal out of it. And in fact, a lot of the food that we provide to our members comes from our garden. And we're very proud to say that we have some partnerships in the community as well. We have another garden at the Newton Police Station, where the police station actually gave us permission to host and have a garden in their south wall. And that garden is actually 6 times bigger than this garden. And the community members love it because they are allowed to harvest from it as well. And across the street from the police station, we have another garden, which is more of a flower and fruit garden at the St. Patrick's Church, which is 6 times bigger than the one we have at the police station. So we're doing our part in helping defeat the notion of a food desert. So in South Central and Los Angeles, for the most part, it is a concrete jungle. And through gardens like these and the program and the accessibility that we provide to the community, we're helping defeat that and helping folks have access to fresh organic food, and many times it is free for them. So we grow all sorts of things here. We even grow our own tennis balls, as you can see. So here, this vine is a little dry right now, but it grows passion fruit. And the passion fruit, you never really get to see it because the kids, they'll harvest that pretty quickly and eat it. So here in this section, you can see some of the bungalows here. And we have different programs in our bungalow, as well as staff space. Believe it or not, this first bungalow here used to be our teen trailer. But you know, you cannot do adequate programming for 100 teenagers in a bungalow, which is why we built out the bridge. And we can do a lot more things with a bigger space, obviously. But these bungalows host a myriad of different programs. One of them is our computer and digital media lab, where we do basic computer learning skills on both PCs and Macs, also photography and film. We also have our music bungalows here for our beginners and intermediate musicians. But these bungalows have served us well for the past 20 or so years, but we're gonna gear up for a launch to fundraise so that we can remove these bungalows and build a 4-story building. Again, because we do have a waiting list, we know that there's a need in the community, but we need the space. So hopefully we're able to make that come true and build a 4-story building here so that we can expand our programming, deplete and get rid of that waiting list, but also provide more adequate workspace for the people that do the good work here.
So I oversee all athletic programming here as far as sports goes, as well as the South Central Sports League. And just being with Jive Live and doing the New Year's race has been a tremendous blessing for us because it has allowed the members to actually tap in to their inner runner and even encourage them to even do the LA Marathon and then try to even compete with the coaches here at a place called Home to try to beat us. As far as the New Year's race. So, you know, it's just all up and up and just inspiring them to do their best. And every year, you know, it just keeps going up and up and hopefully we get more good things.
I work with all the children and staff at a place called Home. And the biggest responsibility I have is directing the counseling services. So mental health is such an important part of fitness. And I want to talk to you today about using exercise as a way of ensuring your well-being. Let's go!
I work with young adults and parents and our little kids working on their mental health. We do individual and group situations, and we always emphasize how important it is to get outside, be active, and how that keeps you feeling good in your brain and in your heart as well.
I'm one of the therapists here, and so our job is to really ensure that our kids are making sure that they're using the tools and the skills that they're using, and we definitely use exercise as one of the ways to help them cope with various experiences that they might have.
Alright, so just so everyone know, A Place Called Home does have a team and an official mascot, and we are the Griffins, so whenever you see the Griffins around South Central, you know that that's also representative of A Place Called Home. Cool. And pretty soon we're going to put Coach Yesenia in the costume, so she can be out there.